Monarch is an amazing budgeting app, but many people use it, make the same mistakes without even realizing it. And this prevents them from getting the most out of using this powerful tool. So today I'll walk you through exactly what these mistakes are and the quick fixes to avoid them so you can gain more control over your money. Also towards the end, I'm going to cover a specific mistake I made pretty recently. It took me hours to fix, complete waste of time. I think it's something that a lot of people who use budget apps fall victim to. Before jumping in, here's some quick background in case you're new to Monarch. This budget app securely connects to your financial account, so this means any credit cards, any bank accounts, any investment accounts, and automatically tracks things like your net worth, your income, your spending, or any of your financial goals. If you want to try it out for yourself, click the link in the description. You get a 7-day free trial, and oftentimes there are deals like 50% off your first year. All right, now let's get into the mistakes. And this first one here is extremely critical. If you don't follow this, all this analysis you're doing could be completely wrong. First up is ignoring transaction rules. As mentioned with Monarch, when you connect your financial accounts, all of your transactions, whether it's income or expenses, flow into the app and are used across basically everything you see and analyze within the budget app itself. Within transactions, you can see the individual line items, whether it's groceries from Whole Foods or a paycheck every 2 weeks. Generally, transactions will be booked correctly into the right category, but here and there, if something comes in a little bit interesting, whether it's in a credit card statement or using a debit card, sometimes Monarch and other budgeting apps can have trouble determining where this should go. Now, this presents a major issue. If there's a sizable line item, it's mapped to the wrong category. When you look back and reflect on your historicals, maybe to plan out your future budgets, if you're using the wrong values, everything could be thrown off. So every once in a while, whether it's every day, every week, every month, it's a good idea to go in here, look for any transactions that seem like they're categorized incorrectly, and then from there you can set up a recurring rule within Monarch. So personally for myself, I know my rent payment comes in a little bit odd, so I had to set up a recurring rule, and then every month that I make this payment, Monarch knows exactly where to categorize this. The next mistake to avoid is a quick win, and fixing this probably takes 2 minutes and can have a major impact. So next up, we have not customizing your dashboard. Most budgeting apps, including Monarch, have a dashboard view, which is really just a quick glance for a comprehensive understanding of your financials. Now, unlike some competitors, Monarch allows you to customize your dashboard. At first glance, you might see a bunch of different tiles that have more information than you really need. So you can actually click on this customize button. You can toggle things on or off based on what you want to see. You can also drag items around, and you can really personalize your dashboard. The reason this is important is because it gives you a much clearer picture of what you actually care about when it comes to your money. If you're hyper-focused on net worth, you definitely want to make sure that's front and center, so every time you open your budget app, it's a focus area. If you don't care about something like recent transactions as much, you might as well remove that from what you see. Now, a clean dashboard is great, but seeing all this data really doesn't mean anything unless you avoid this next mistake. And this is not setting goals. On the surface, Monarch may just seem like a way to track your income, track your expenses, and see how much you have left over in savings. This is an important feature of a budgeting app, but to me, it's just the starting point. On this channel, I always recommend people treat personal finance like a business. This means, yes, try to maximize your income, try to cut your expenses, but also always plan out for long-term growth. When you take a step back at your overall financial picture, if you're hyper-focused on the day-to-day, you may end up missing out on your long-term financial goals. Fortunately, within the goals section of Monarch, you can set out specifically what these targets are and track your progress as time goes on. For example, you can save up towards something like an emergency fund, a vacation, a house down payment, or you can set a target or goal to pay down something like student debt or credit card debt. Once you set up these goals, you'll want to make sure you have a monthly budget that actually supports achieving them, especially when your spend may not be consistent every single month. So make sure to listen closely to avoid this next mistake. Before covering this, as much as I love using budgeting apps, I do think it's great to also utilize a spreadsheet as well. If you want access to my free budget template, links in the description, you can click on that. It's a great way to map out your income, your expenses, and understand where you are financially. The next mistake is not using rollover budgets. Monarch has a feature called rollover budgets, which allows your underspend or overspend in a certain category to automatically flow into the next month. So for example, if you have $500 budgeted for groceries, if you actually only spend $400, that leftover $100 can get pushed to the next month, where your starting budget target is then $600. On the other hand, if your target's $500, you spend $600, the next month you only have $400 to spend for that target. This is best for spend items that are irregular or seasonal. For example, holiday gifts, gas spend, groceries, anything like that, where the balance can fluctuate over time. So if you have any irregular spending habits where maybe you're spending a ton in one month, you can bring it back down the next month to ensure that you're staying within that target overall. To do this, all you have to do is go into the budget section of Monarch. You can click on the gear icon and then toggle on the rollover feature. This next budget mistake to avoid is all about mindset. This is budgeting too safely. Most of the time, people use these budgeting apps to try to get more control of their money. They want to understand their income, their expenses, and where they stand overall. Simply downloading an app and making a realistic budget is a big step for a lot of people, but I've seen the most success for people who actually set more of a challenging budget. Within Monarch, you can set out all your budget categories. Maybe with groceries, you can see your historical data. For the last 6 months, you're spending a certain amount, and then you simply plug that in for that category. You follow suit then for gas, restaurant spend, shopping, and you have your basic budget built. The problem is maybe you're already spending too much and simply sticking with the status quo isn't going to make any changes. That's why when possible, I like to set what I call stretch targets. For example, an area like dining out, maybe you're spending on average $350 per month, but realistically, do you have to go out this many times every single month? If you set a stretch target where maybe you bring this down to something like $275, when you consider that $75 in savings across every single month of the year, that's how you can make a true impact on your financial position. Now, I understand you can't infinitely cut expenses. There's a certain limit. So then on the other end, you can think about income. A lot of people have demanding jobs and maybe it's a challenge to find extra time for anything else. But if you have a little bit of spare time, try considering starting something like a side hustle. Maybe you start out with $100 per month, and then as time progresses, aim for $500 or $1,000. So again, at the end of the day, if you want to try increasing your bottom line of savings, it's all about increasing your income, decreasing your expenses. And I think the best way to do this is by setting stretch targets and not budgeting too safely. This concept transitions nicely into the next mistake to steer clear of. And this ensures you're thinking ahead beyond just your day-to-day budget. This is ignoring forecasts. Oftentimes with budget apps, people fall for the trap of only focusing on the current month. As I mentioned, it's helpful to set financial goals, but if you don't think ahead and look into the future, you might not be headed in the right direction. And this is where the forecast feature within the budgeting section of Monarch comes into play. By going into forecast, you get a view of not only the current month, but future months and even future years down the line. You can map things out like maybe you have a bonus expected in March of next year, or if you have a big expense upcoming, you can plug that in as well. You can think ahead to see how your income and your expenses will fluctuate and make sure you're headed towards reaching your goals. Again, going back to the concept of treating your money like a business, no successful business only focuses on the current month. There's always a focus on financial forecasts, whether it's for the rest of the year, the next year, or even 10 years down the line. Next up is an awesome aspect about Monarch that I think a lot of people miss out on. So now we have skipping new features. One of my favorite parts about Monarch is the focus on continuous improvement and the updated features that are rolled out as time goes on. For example, recently there has been credit score tracking added and shared views, which is a way that you and a partner can manage your budgets together. For the most part, the core functionality of the budget app stays consistent, which is great, but there's also these added features that can help you out depending on what you're looking for. You can go into Monarch's website to see exactly what's been released and to learn a little bit more, or you can go into the subreddit to learn more from other users as well. This next mistake is something I'm guilty of falling for recently. Took a lot of time to fix, and it's completely avoidable. So make sure you do not do this. And that is setting and forgetting. With Monarch, you want to have a general understanding of where you are with your money, but you might not have to hyper focus on every dollar that flows in and out of your life. A lot of people start using budget apps. They have the perfect amount for income, perfect expense targets, savings, financial goals, and they just go on with their life and they never check in again. For some people, I know that they can be on autopilot. They know exactly how much money they get if they're salaried. Their expenses are pretty consistent. But for others like myself, my expenses can dip up and down based on what's going on in my life. So if you're somebody like that, I highly recommend to make sure you're doing either a daily, a weekly, or a monthly check-in of where you are with your money. It's a great way to pinpoint certain areas where maybe you're starting to spend a little bit too much on groceries or dining out, and then you can realize this early, course correct, and avoid any major problems. If you're only checking in every 6 months, you might have been spending a ton on certain categories and didn't even realize, and then it can be too late to make a change for that year. Let me know your thoughts on Monarch, or if you have any questions in the comment section below. As mentioned, link in the description if you want to sign up for that 7-day free trial and see if it's the right budgeting app for you.